The monk is also quiet.
Is the monk's eyes closed? I say we go for it.
All right, let's do it.
So what are we trying to do? You guys are in the back of the group.
I'm gonna cast guidance
we were
on
all
Booterbot.
We are all together, right?
Yeah, you guys are all together. With your dancing,
We meandered through the crowd.
Chris, don't
Yeah.
bother casting guidance on me. I have disadvantage on sneak saving throws, so I am going to cast greater invisibility on myself.
Ah.
Nice.
Now I am invisible.
I'm still casting guidance on you before you go invisible. That will negate the disadvantage, and I want to help you.
Well, anyway, I'm invisible now.
Alright, so Booter's invisible, so he'll have advantage on his stuff. Turgan, these guys are going to try to, while everyone's in there with their... How are you guys going to enter this monastery without people seeing?
Oh.
That's your goal, right?
Oh, how many of us are there? There's 4 others.
Don't have to worry about me.
We need to. I can make you, Turgan and Sprock invisible. I can only do 3 people.
Yeah, that's fine. Do that.
So who's invisible? Booter's invisible by himself.
Turgan and Sprock not really having a plan. Sorry, Booter. You're right. I don't need the guidance. I'm going to cast 4th level invisibility. So that's going to be able to get 3 targets. So I'm going to do myself, Turgan, and Sprock.
Alright, and what about Bob?
Bob will cast greater invisibility on himself.
Okay, so everyone here is invisible.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone... I mean, I guess you guys... When you guys go through the crowd, you guys are still going to have to roll at his tight spot. Roll me stealth with advantage, and I'll have to do a disadvantage roll on anyone that you know. Give me your rolls, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to say there's a crowd of 60 people. You guys are sneaking
24
through.
from Bob and Falco.
You sneak to the entrance. You're right in front of the priest and the guards. No one is going to sense you're able to dance in between them.
Stag got an 18.
What am I rolling for? Stealth?
Yes.
Even with greater invisibility?
How are you going to walk through the crowd? You could roll stealth, you could roll dex, roll acrobatics. Are you going to jump? Are you going to fly? Are you going to
Oh, I would definitely fly. Let's do. If I can avoid a stealth, I would really like to.
fly over? Stag, how would you like to get over there? Well, I guess he can levitate, right?
Stag he cannot levitate, but he will like wander his tiny self through the crowd.
I can levitate.
Roll me stealth with advantage. So Stag,
Stealth with advantage?
you're invisible. You can get through this crowd. Run, jump, athletics, it's up to you. The other guys decided to fly or sneak.
I have a good stealth. Hold on. Alright, 25. I got a nat 20.
Alright, so you sneak. You're all the way up at the front. Just all of you are either able to fly or sneak very carefully by these characters that have their heads bowed. And as you get to the front, the priest is going to say, "Now raise your heads and celebrate. Finish the celebration. More will come later, but indulge in the festivities. Drink, enjoy the sun." He's going to step forward, and the guards are going to sort of surround him as they get closer towards the crowd. The door is open to the monastery. If you want to go in, now is the best chance. Upon entering, everyone's going to stay invisible.
As long as
What's
we can.
Wait, sorry. Before we continue, it is daytime right now, right? The sun's out. They're praising the sun, just to be clear.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
You get into this monastery, and your friend that you summoned, Matt, was telling you there seems to be some sort of magic afoot. Inside, it shows you the exact location and presence of the sun in the sky. It's almost as if it's right there. In the monastery, there's a mosaic of a large... Who's going to be... I guess everyone give me a history check. Matt, you give me a history check. You're the
21.
You recognize this god to be definitely an image of a god, and it's clearly going to be the sun god. The way that he is portrayed, he's standing and all these radiant lights are shooting away from him onto the gnomes. Give me your history or religion.
I did a history and it was a 9.
You see the name Pelor, P-E-L-Lor, next to the mosaic. This is and there's paintings and whatnot, and there seems to be a bed, some blankets. It looks like this is not just a temple, but it's also a house for the priest. There's a rug a bed, rug, a bunch of books. It's very bright because
Open.
the sun's wide open.
We don't see any other door.
Nothing you can see.
The librarian said they were inside the islands, so maybe it's down. And Stack will go and start peeking under the rug, seeing if there's any trapdoors.
As you lift the rug, you see the trap underneath it. The door is locked.
Can we do perception for the locking mechanism or something?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do... Yeah, what would you like to do? Adam, what would you like to do?
Perception roll? Just to see if there's like a locking mechanism?
Oh, yeah, there's a locking mechanism. It looks like it's a...
How it works? Like maybe like
There's a
or
key.
investigation?
It's like a standard gnome lock key.
Can anyone pick this?
I do.
Okay. I'll guidance you. Well, may the beautiful sound of my voice help you in unlocking this challenge.
How does the lockpick work?
Actually, yeah.
I think it's...
It's your dex, and if
yeah.
you're proficient in thieves' tools, add your proficiency bonus. But otherwise, it's just your dex. A d20
Oh
plus
shit!
dex.
I have a healer's kit. I thought I had lockpicking. Damn it.
Oh, it's okay. I will use my performance of creation that I used to use on cigarettes, which I have not used, or Marlboro Reds to be specific, and I will manifest out of thin air a set of lockpicking kit, or a set of thieves' tools. If you put them close to your ear, they sound like they're singing. Here you go. Do you know how to use them?
No, I thought I had it in my inventory, but it was a healer's kit.
Does anyone know how to do these? Use these? Oh, sure. Here. He'll hand
take
them
a
over
shot.
to you.
Wow.
And I will cast guidance on you, and Sprock, Turgan, and Stag are no longer invisible now.
So what's the roll you want for this?
20 plus your dex, plus a d4.
Nice. Blasted 20.
So you use these tools, and the door feels unlocked, and you're able to open it, revealing a staircase.
Quick, go. Attempt to dive in once the door is open.
And just as you start entering, you hear the words of the gnome priest. Let me head back into my quarters, and I will come back in another hour, and we will start our prayers again for the god of the sun, Pelor. Enjoy, everyone. You hear footsteps and noise as if he's starting to walk back in.
I will use my mage hand to pull the rug over the door
As you enter,
to hide that we went in there.
let me save this as Sunshine.